Hi everyone, it is Crescent. I hope you're doing well. I'm sending you love, light, blessings, all that good stuff. If you just received it, that is amazing. And if not, no worries, no hard feelings. Okay, let's dive into this. So if you are new here, I am Crescent. I am a intuitive diviner. I also dabble a little in astrology, but I wouldn't call myself a professional astrologer. But I am studying, I am working on that. But today we are working on a Manifestation Monday reading. If you have no idea what a Manifestation Monday reading is, basically it is a segment I like to have at least every week. Well, at least I try to have it every week on a Monday. And basically what I'm doing is I am analyzing the energy around us, and then I am trying to find the best way to have this energy work for us, okay? So we're gonna start off with my Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and then after we are going to pull a few cards from the Mentee Oracle deck. Also, I try to have these videos unedited just so that way you know that the message is genuine, you know that, the message is not being faked or forced, so that's why there's no cuts. Okay. Alright, so we have the Two of Wands, we have Judgment, and we have the Four of Swords. Okay, so I have them all laid down in front of me, and basically what I am definitely seeing is that right now we are feeling very conflicted. We want to do what is right, okay? We want to make sure that our actions are good. We want to make sure that we're not doing the wrong thing. We want to make sure we're doing the right thing in the most perfect way possible. We don't want to stress. We don't want to feel like we messed up. We don't want any of that. What we want is we want to succeed. We want to thrive. But we want to do so correctly. We don't want to use people. We don't want to, become shallow. We don't want to, get into that lower frequency. We don't want that, okay? We want to up ourselves. We want to thrive. We want to succeed in that regard. Alright, and that's where the Judgment card comes in. I'm feeling very pulled to the Judgment card. And basically what Judgment is saying is that every action has a consequence, and we know that, okay? But what we don't quite understand is that consequence does not only mean a negative outcome, okay? There are positive consequences, there are negative consequences, but keep in mind the universe does not see positive and negative, okay? The universe just sees this is how it is. So just because you feel you are being a good person does not necessarily mean that the universe is going to only give you these positive consequences because you feel like you're being a good person. Basically what the universe is going to do is, depending on your action, that's going to be the consequence you get, whether you like it or not. And that's just how it is. Okay? So when we have our choices, we really should take a moment and think about how it affects us, but also how it affects other people around us. And I'm sure we already do, but we really need to kick it up a notch because we can't afford to neglect one or the other, okay? A lot of people are going to be saying you can't be neglecting other people, think of what they're feeling, but at the same time, I'm asking you to think about yourself, okay? How do you feel about the situation? How do you feel about the choices? How do you feel? Because just because you're being presented with A and B, that does not mean that C does not exist, okay? There could be a very happy compromise where it keeps you happy, but it also makes the other people around you happy, okay? It doesn't have to be one or the other. You don't have to choose between yourself and others, because once you have to make that choice, it's never going to go the way you would like it, alright? So this is where the Four of Swords comes in, okay? When it comes to the Four of Swords, this card is very much about resting. But if you take a look, as much as this person is resting, they have the sword right beside them, so they know that if they have to act at any moment, they are able to do so. Okay, they're not putting all of their defenses away. Okay, they're not being like, oh, okay, well, I've been going through a lot, I'm very tired, I'm very drained, so I'm just gonna put everything away and I'm gonna rest. No, that's not how it is. You keep what is important to protect yourself, to protect your energy, to protect others. You keep that near you, so that way, if you are forced to no longer be resting because of something that may happen before your resting time is up, you're able to protect yourself, you're able to protect your energy, and you're able to protect the others around you, okay? And keep in mind that when you are protecting yourself, when you're protecting others, you may feel this sense of guilt because you're thinking about the person who is causing the harm, and you're like, well, I don't want to cause harm to them because I don't want to be worse than them. But you have to keep in mind that if their version of being harmed is you enforcing your boundaries, you enforcing your boundaries, you forcing them to respect you, you demanding that respect, you demanding that your boundaries are respected, you demanding that other people's boundaries are accepted, you demanding that people behave, that they are acting like decent human beings, without this whole, oh, you're just, like, you're trying to control me, you're trying to mute me, you're trying to, take away my rights to do what I want. If they try to guilt you for standing up for yourself, or standing up for others, for enforcing your own boundaries and helping other people enforce theirs, if that is what's harming them, then so be it. Alright? I'm not saying that if they're disrespecting your boundaries, you disrespect theirs. I'm not saying that when they belittle you and they make you feel less than what you actually are. And let me tell you, you are priceless. You are more than enough. You are more than enough. You are the highmost, okay? You are connected, and you are part of the divine. You are part of the universe, okay? We are all connected, and don't you forget that, okay? We all have this special place in our universe, whether we know it or not, whether we feel our purpose is bigger than others or smaller than others. We have a purpose, and in the eyes of the universe, they're all equally as important. Like I said, the universe doesn't have a concept of right and wrong, or good and bad, or better or worse, okay? They just have, this is what it is, okay? You have a purpose. Your purpose is super important, no matter what your purpose is. No matter if in your mind your purpose is not as important, no matter if in your mind theirs is more important, the universe knows that you have a purpose, because we all do, and the universe respects that, so you need to respect yourself for that, okay? So if they're making you feel less than what you are, I'm not saying that you have to make them feel less than what they are, okay? What I'm saying is, when they are upsetting your boundaries, when they are trying to make you feel less than who you actually are, you have to stop it. You have to cut it at the bud. You have to say, look, I'm not going to tolerate that, okay? If you want to be in my friendship circle, if you want me in your life, you need to respect me, and I will respect you. But you cannot continuously make me feel less than what I am, okay? You cannot continuously disrespect my boundaries. Look, first time, okay, I get it. Maybe other people don't have the same boundaries that I do. Maybe you're not used to someone asserting their boundaries. Maybe you're not used to it. Maybe you're not used to me asserting my boundaries. Maybe this is something new to me. Maybe I'm not used to asserting my own boundaries, but I'm trying to, okay? And there's this quote, I don't remember who said it, but it's very important that you guys hear it. Those who are angry with you for enforcing your own boundaries are the same people who want to cross them. So if someone's like, wow, this is a boundary, really? Why is this a boundary? Why can't I do this? Why can't people do this? Why can't people do that? It's because they want to do it, okay? If you're saying, hey, let's say I'm a tarot reader, okay? So my boundary is that when it comes to close friends and family, they cannot ask me for free readings. If they are asking me for a reading, they have to expect to pay. But if I offer a reading to them, if I'm like, hey, like, can can I give you a reading on this situation? Can I help you by giving you a reading on that situation? They should know that I'm not going to charge them. If they want a tip, that's amazing. I appreciate it. But if I'm offering, I'm not expecting them to pay. But if they're asking, I expect them to pay. That is my boundary. Okay? And all the people who are angry with me when I enforce that, when they're like, oh, well, I'm family, or oh, I'm a good friend, like, why can't you just give me a free reading? Those are the people who just want to use me for my readings. They're the people who don't want to be close to me because I'm a good person. They're not the type of people who want to be close to me because they like who I am. They're the type of person who are like, oh, she has a service and I could get it for free if I'm a good friend of hers, or I could get it for free because I'm a close family, I'm a close family member. I don't tolerate that. Absolutely not. Okay? If you're asking, you pay. That's how it is. If I'm feeling generous, I will give you a bit of a discount because you're family or because you're a good friend. And that's not all the time. They can't expect that all the time. But if I feel generous, I'll say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you can have it for this amount instead of full price. And normally, the people who respect my boundaries, respect me as a person, they react very kindly to that. But people who don't react kindly to that, they're the people who want to use my services and not have me as a friend. So keep that in mind when people are angry with you for asserting your boundaries, for asserting your boundaries, for making sure that you feel safe and comfortable. The people who are doing that, those are the same people who want to use you for those things you now have boundaries for. All right, let's pull a few cards from the Amenti Oracle deck. And then after I pull a few cards, I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck for both. Okay. Also, I don't do reversals. That's just how I am. Some decks I will, but with these ones, I prefer not to. Okay. I consume only my fair share. And I invoke laughter. Okay, this is perfect. This is exactly what I've been talking about. Okay, specifically the I consume only my fair share. Okay, you have a right to what is yours. Okay, but not everything is yours. Okay, so if other people are being successful and if other people are thriving, you can't be upset about that. You can't be angry about that, because that success, that person thriving the way they are, they didn't take it from you. Even if you may feel they did, even if you're in the same field of business, even though that may be the case, you cannot feel the need that you are entitled to their success. You cannot feel that you are entitled to what they have, because you're not. Okay, it is not yours. Now, that's not me saying that you don't have your own success out there. You don't have your own good things out there. Of course you do. And that is yours. And you have a right to take that. You have a right to embrace that. You have a right for it. You have a right, okay? You have a right to have that in your life. But you do not have a right for other people's success. You do not have a right for other people's business. You do not have a right for other people's products, okay? That is not your right. You only have a right to take what is yours, okay? And the I invoke laughter, this very much kind of ties me back to this. And you're probably thinking, what does this have to do with laughter? And it's about rest, okay? When you're joking around and you're having a good time and you're laughing, okay, chances are you're not working super seriously, okay? You're not full business mode. You're not like, no, we gotta take this seriously. It's like we're on a very tight time limit. Okay, normally if you're joking around, you're having other people laugh and you're being playful, it's because you have time to spare. It's because you're taking a bit of a break, or you're resting, or you're just not working at that high of a level, and that's a good thing, okay? Because if we're consistently working at 100%, 100%, 100%, you're going to get burned out, you're going to get tired, you're going to get drained, and we can't afford that. Because once we feel drained, once we feel tired, we're going to miss out on a lot, okay? If we are consistently working at 75%, and when we're working consistently at 75%, okay, that means that we're not going to get burnt out as quickly as if we were working at 100%, all right? Think of it this way. If I am going for a run, I could run a lot farther if I were to consistently run at 75% of my maximum speed than if I were to sprint the entire time. Because if I were to sprint the entire time, guess what? I'm going to get tired. I'm going to need to stop. I'm going to need to catch my breath because I'm so drained. I'm so tired. But if I'm consistently running at that 75% speed, not only am I going to get farther, but I'm going to be able to last longer because I'm not using so much of my resources all at once. That is why normally when there's a race, you normally sprint at the very end. Not in the beginning, not in the middle, but at the very end. Because now you have the opportunity to use up all you have and then try to get there as fast as you can. Because at the end of that finish line, you could stop. Okay, you can catch your breath, you could relax, okay? So, when you're resting, you don't have to rest at 100%. You don't have to work at 100% either, okay? Allow yourself to find joy in little things. Allow yourself to find laughter in little things, okay? Allow yourself to enjoy yourself, okay? For example, let's say you're at a job that you really don't like, okay? You hate your job, you hate your boss, you hate your coworkers, whatever, okay? You hate your job, okay? Point blank period, you hate your job. Just because you hate your job does not mean that there cannot be good things to come out of this job, okay? This does not mean that there can't be funny experiences or funny times, okay? But if you're so caught up in the mindset that you hate your job, you're not going to see those good things, okay? So allow yourself to find laughter. Allow yourself to find happiness. Allow yourself to feel good, even in situations that you are not that fond of, okay? Because if you take things a little too seriously all the time, you're going to find that it's going to be very draining, very fast. Now we're going to look at the bottom of the deck. Okay. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and this is what the external energy is, and basically this is me leaving you off with a bit of a warning. So if you have this apple tree, okay, if you were to take all the apples all at once, you're not going to be able to eat them all, which means that a lot of those apples are going to rot. A lot of those apples are not going to be as good. But if you are so hesitant that you don't pick any apples because you're like, oh, but I should save it for, a special occasion. You should save it for, when you need it. Eventually, those apples are not going to be as good. What if a drought happens? What if famine comes, okay? And then suddenly, you never even got to enjoy a single apple. So enjoy what you have in moderation, okay? This could do with money. This could do with time. This can do with anything, okay? Whatever you have, enjoy in moderation, because if you have it all at once, you're not going to have it anymore. And if you are too slow to get to it, you might not have it. A really funny example would be, let's say you live with your family and you have a tub of ice cream, okay? If you eat all the ice cream at once, you have no more ice cream, which sucks because we all like ice cream, right? But let's say you don't have any ice cream because you're like, I'm going to save it for when it's really, really hot out. I'm going to save it for when I'm really craving ice cream. I'm going to save it. Guess what? When it's time for you to go and eat your ice cream, I can guarantee you the rest of the household finished it before you got to it. And now you didn't have any ice cream. So allow yourself to enjoy the ice cream. Just don't have it all at once. Okay? And that is my message to you guys. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, okay? I am sending you love, light, blessings, all that good stuff. I hope you are doing amazing, okay? I am Crescent, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!